Want to know which way the Forex market's swinging today? You're in the right place. Stick with me as we unpack the hottest pairs, dollar yen, sterling dollar, sterling yen, and euro yen, and uncover the key moves you need to watch before the Federal Reserve and Bank of England shake things up. Welcome back, everyone. Tom here from Park Avenue Trading, your chief dealer, keeping you sane in these absolutely insane markets. If you like what you see, smash the like button and hit subscribe. If you haven't already, share my videos far and wide. I want to build a huge trading community. All right, let's start up with dollar yen, that dog. It has bounced back to the 143.30 level. It's consolidating a little bit right now. The Japanese yen is losing a bit of its safe haven shine as hopes of a U.S.-China trade war are cooling down. But you know, the Fed is expected to hold rates steady as well, and traders are watching for any hawkish surprises. So now resistance really right now sits at the upper level at 144.05. That level has been one that's been really difficult to break for the dollar. Now, I want to talk about the analysis of yesterday. We had the descending range that was happening in the marketplace. It actually broke out of that range yesterday and started to come back up. Once it came back up into that range, I had a trigger point at like 114.20. It broke the 114.20 and it actually consolidated down a little bit before. It hasn't really done much, all right? So right now we're sitting at the upper end of this channel, and dollar yen hasn't really, or the dollar hasn't really gained a good foothold against the yen yet. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about a trade that I put on yesterday that was really freaky, or freaky. All right, so that's a new descending pattern that we have. I got long dollar yen at really early at 142 like 87. I bought 1/3 my position at 142.87. I put this all down on my Telegram trading community. Actually, maybe I can pull that up. Forget it. But anyway, I got long 142.87. I bought 1/3. I bought another third at 142.68. And I bought my final third at 142.42 with a stop and reverse at 142.28. And that thing just kept sliding down. I was like, oh, man. So I placed my orders. I said, that's it. Market does, you're at the mercy of the market, right? It's what it is. So it was around 6 o'clock. Eastern Standard Time on yesterday PM, and I basically went to go eat dinner, and I was expecting really the damn thing to like trigger my reversal, and then there's always a danger with a reversal, right? I mean, you could get the reversal and you can get like the spike, right? Like kind of like a white cough spring. It comes down through the level, touches maybe 142.12 and then reacts back up, and then you're back in the soup, right? So but that's my trading rule, so I did it, and I was pleasantly surprised that after like right here, this bar right there, as I was at dinner, this marketplace, boom, came right back up. It broke my level, but I escaped. I did escape. I squared everything right at 143.29. I got out. Now I don't have anything on in dollar yen right now. Been watching the crypto market. If you haven't seen my crypto analysis, I got a link in the description below. You could check that out. It's really cool technical analysis on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all those other crazy coins like XRP and whatever, Sol. I don't even know that coin Sol. I know XRP because my kids are really into XRP. They're buying XRP all the time and they're selling it, and they're not really doing that great on it. They don't follow any technicals. They just basically follow, shoot from the hip type of thing. But anyway, all right, so where we stand right now in dollar yen. All right. So we got the high at 143.31 right now. It really has to hold like I'm going to have to go down into here. It has to hold. It's got to hold this low right here, 142.71 on the day. So I'm going to put a line right there, 142.71. So what could possibly occur, where that pink color came from, I don't know. But what could possibly occur is if we break down through this, like the trigger price, we could come back down to touch this 142.73. Now, if it breaks 142.73, it's drifting back down to this low right there, 142.34 again. Now, if it breaks 142.34, it's opening up that all-important point of 141.96. I think the dollar-yen slightly bid. So, any type of dip, I would probably be looking to kind of scoop against that 142.73 level. Now, if we could pop up, if we can get above this channel, this lower channel, we're probably heading towards like overall long term, like over in here, 141. 141. What is that? 141.40. So right now, it's a difficult trade to take if you haven't gotten long lower, and I mean I got long lower and it worked, and I'm not really too enthusiastic to jump into it right now. So right now, as it stands, it's still a little bit bid. I think that there's probably nothing going to happen out of the Fed. They're going to stay, hawkish because of the tariffs. That's their excuse. I think it's more of a political thing than anything. But I think that we could get up to 143, say 70 right now if it can hold, this 142.73 level. I think we can get up to this high right here, 144. All right, let's go 144. All right, so let's move on to good old sterling dollar itself. All right, sterling dollar. I don't want that thing right now. Sterling dollar. Right now, it's basically channeling. The sterling is in a channel. I don't like the idea that it actually broke down past that 133.26 level, on the short term. It still has a bearish tilt to it. The pound is feeling heat ahead of Thursday's Bank of England meeting, where prices, they're thinking they're pricing in a 25 basis point rate cut. So, that's what's going on. I want to take you over to something else, too, which is important. The Bund, the Euro Bund, all right? As you can see, the Euro Bund has been tracking upward. Upward means that they're expecting a rate cut. So, eventually, all this liquidity is going to hit the market. It could affect the euro dollar, and it's certainly going to affect sterling and, the crosses for sure. So it's important to keep an eye on the Bund market. And, this is basically following every path of every G7 nation, lower rates, trying to inject liquidity into the marketplace to keep those stock markets up and to try to basically spend their way out of the quagmire that they're in. But anyway, so let's just get over to the sterling and let's look at short term with cable. All right, so cable, like we said, it's been channeling right now. It's got to hold that 133, say 26 level. Right now, what did we go up to? We went up to 134.02. 134.02. Actually, you know what? This is a critical price right here, 50. It actually coming down to this 50 level short term. I'm going to go 46. Right there is an important level. If it breaks this 46, it's heading down. It's probably heading down to 133, the figure, and potentially even getting down to 132.70. And now if that goes, then we're looking at 132.25. So right now, cable is bearish. So I might even sell this over here and put a stop at like 134.10. Something like that. I probably will do that. I'll just wait a moment after I'm done with the video. That's probably what I'll do. But all right, let's go over to good old sterling yen. This thing has been a monster. All right, we had the wave analysis up on the 6 hour. I didn't like that, we came into this. If you are, if you're a sterling yen bull, this wasn't really a great sign that you came back into wave 2 of my analysis. Right now, let's change this to a 1 hour. Let's see where we are, 1 hour. All right, so we got resistance at 191.50 right now. We had a high come in on the short term at 191.67. It's got to hold 191.10. It's got to hold like 191.10. Okay, I'll go 11. It's got to hold 191.11. If it breaks this 191.11, I'm going to sell it. And I'm going to look to get them back at like, I'll go maybe this high bar's close, 190.50. That's what I'm doing. Anyway, so sterling yen is basically following the path of really right now the sterling dollar. Not so much dollar yen, because dollar yen's starting to gain steam, but cable's starting to lose its luster again. So it's more likely cable's going to lead the sterling yen cross right now. Let's go over to euro yen. Last one, final one. All right. Euro yen, I had a smooth moving average over here because I said that I don't use moving averages. I basically use them as a way when the moving average, the 50 bar moving average was up top. I said, oh man, euro could gravitate to this, and now now it could be pulled back down to this euro yen. It could be actually pulled down to this, but let me get rid of this thing. I don't really need it right now, but anyway. Right now, euro yen itself, it's got, it's fueled by the euro dollar. Again, it's not so much the dollar yen leading the way anymore because dollar yen is picking up steam. But euro yen needs to hold right now. Let's see where we're at. We went down to 161.60 yesterday. We're at 162, 163, the figure we touched. Ooh, it's got to hold 162. I'm going to bring this up. 162, say 45. 40, yeah, really, like this low. It's got to hold this low to show that the euro dollar is actually holding up against a dollar yen rally. If it can't do that and it breaks this, it's probably heading back down to 161.92 again, but a potential skid to 161.66. And if it does that, then it's heading lower. Like overall like 160 the figure. So that's what we got going on right now. It is 11:24 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on May 7th. Forex markets on an edge. Fed, Bank of England decisions plus U.S. China trade talks driving action. Expect, some volatility. What's your play? Drop it in the comments. Let's keep the community buzzing. If you found the forecast helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, share the video. This is time for Park Avenue Trading saying stay sharp. Enjoy the party, dance near the door. Head over to Park Avenue Trading and get yourself a free ebook. And I'll see you in the next update. Cheers.